Welcome to my channel, Official History of Coins, today's journey, where we dive into the stories that inspire greatness, the discoveries that change lives, and the treasures that can reshape your destiny in the blink of an eye. Imagine stumbling upon something ordinary that turns out to be extraordinary. That's exactly what today's story is all about. Now let's step into the fascinating world of numismatics, where every coin carries a history and every minting has a hidden value. Today we focus on one coin, the legendary 1971 USA half dollar coin, a piece of American history that has traveled across decades and now shines as a beacon for treasure hunters and collectors alike. This is not just a single piece of currency. It's a symbol of legacy, rarity, and incredible wealth potential. The 1971 half dollar coin is part of the Kennedy Half Dollar series, a coin first struck in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination. By 1971, the design had already become iconic, and collectors around the world admired the bold profile of Kennedy on its obverse. This coin was more than just money. It became a piece of American spirit and remembrance that connected generations. What makes the 1971 issue so valuable is its place in history. This was the first year when the half dollar transitioned from silver to a copper-nickel clad composition for circulation. That alone marks the coin as a turning point in United States minting, making it an essential find for any collector who dreams of owning a part of numismatic evolution. But the story doesn't end there. Some 1971 Kennedy half dollars carry minting details, errors, and variations that turn them into treasures worth fortunes. Misstrikes, double dies, or rare proof versions can easily make this one coin soar in value. Each coin has the potential to surprise you, and you never know which one in your pocket might just hold the key to your millionaire dreams. Collectors and experts often describe the 1971 half dollar as a hidden gem. Why? Because while millions were produced, very few survive in pristine, untouched condition. When preserved with original luster, with sharp strikes, and with special minting marks, these coins become treasures of monumental importance. Imagine holding a coin that has circulated across hands, decades, and states, and suddenly realizing it can change your fortune forever. That's the magic of the 1971 half dollar. It is not simply a coin. It is an opportunity, a pathway to wealth that lies hidden in plain sight. Now let's talk about the value. The maximum prize for a rare 1971 half dollar with the right mint error or exceptional grade has been known to reach prices as high as $10,000. Yes, you heard that right. Millions of dollars for a single coin that others might overlook as ordinary change. This is the power of rarity and historical weight combined into one. Imagine going through your old coin jar or drawer, finding a half dollar with the year 1971 stamped on it, and realizing that this single discovery could make you a millionaire overnight. This is what drives collectors and treasure seekers to search relentlessly. And it could happen to anyone, even you. The story of this coin is also the story of hope. It reminds us that greatness is not always hidden in big treasures locked in vaults, but sometimes rests quietly in the smallest details of life. A half dollar, struck more than 50 years ago, could now be the key to someone's financial transformation. Why is it so valuable? Because demand from collectors is endless, and coins that reflect historical change carry premium importance. The 1971 half dollar bridges two eras, silver coinage and modern clad coinage. And with that connection, it carries a weight far beyond its face value. This single coin can stand as a trophy in any collection, as a conversation piece that tells a story of American history, and as a potential life-changing fortune. The beauty of this treasure is that it isn't hidden away in museums. It's out there, waiting to be found by sharp eyes and lucky hands. Think about the possibility. Someone has already found 1971 half dollars in uncirculated condition and sold them for staggering prices. Some collectors proudly showcase these coins, while others keep them tucked away as their private fortune, knowing the value can only rise with time. The maximum value for these coins has touched millions, And in the right market, an extraordinary example could bring up to $8,000. That's not just a number. It's a life-changing figure that could turn dreams into reality. All from a coin minted for daily use, now elevated to the world of treasures. So, when you come across a Kennedy half dollar dated 1971, do not dismiss it as ordinary. Instead, look closer, because this might be the very coin that carries your destiny within its shine. Each scratch, each mark, each detail could hold secrets that collectors are willing to pay unimaginable amounts for. Remember, fortune favors the curious. Those who take the time to search, to explore, to look at what others overlook. Those are the ones who find the treasures hidden in everyday life. The 1971 half dollar is not just a piece of change. It is a golden opportunity in disguise. This is more than history. It's more than currency. It is a story of hope, of legacy, and of hidden wealth. And today, you've discovered why this one coin can rise to heights no one imagined. So stay inspired, keep searching, and never forget, the next time you see a 1971 Kennedy half dollar, you might just be holding millions in your hand. Next coin, the USA 1972 half dollar coin, belongs to the Kennedy half dollar series, one of the most iconic and historically rich coins in American history. This coin continues the tribute to President John F. Kennedy, whose legacy was permanently sealed in the hearts of millions of Americans after his tragic assassination in 1963. The 1972 issue carries not only monetary weight, but also emotional and collectible significance. When it was minted, the half dollar was already widely recognized as a piece of history, and the 1972 version stood as a continuation of that legacy. The design on the obverse features the powerful portrait of John F. Kennedy, while the reverse proudly displays the presidential seal. Together, they form a coin that reflects both honor and authority, symbolizing a time when the nation was still healing but looking forward with determination. The 1972 half dollar is valuable because of its unique role in American coinage. Unlike earlier half dollars that carried silver content, this one was made of copper-nickel clad, marking the new era of modern circulation coins. Yet, despite being intended for everyday use, collectors soon discovered that certain examples of the 1972 coin carried details, errors, and conditions that set them apart and made them worth fortunes. Some of the most notable 1972 half dollars are known for striking variations, double dies, and proof issues that were never meant for mass circulation. These rare pieces are what collectors hunt for, because they can transform a simple 50-cent coin into a treasure worth millions. And the demand for such rarities only grows stronger with time. The current value of a 1972 half dollar depends on its condition, rarity, and whether it carries one of those special characteristics. Circulated examples may appear ordinary, but uncirculated or mint-state coins with exceptional details have proven to sell for extraordinary prices at auction houses and private sales. As of now, rare versions of the 1972 half dollar can sell for staggering amounts. The most exceptional examples have been valued and sold in the range of hundreds of thousands to millions, and the highest documented potential has pushed the value up to $9,000. That means a single coin from 1972 could completely transform someone's financial future. The question is whether this coin can be valuable in the future, and the answer is absolutely yes. Coins like the 1972 half dollar carry long-term appreciation because their rarity cannot be recreated. Each year that passes makes pristine and unique examples harder to find, which only increases their desirability among collectors. Holding on to such a coin is like holding on to a piece of American history. It's not just about the financial value, but also about the story it tells, the continuation of Kennedy's legacy, the change in coinage composition, and the era it represents in American life. All of this adds layers of meaning to the coin's worth. Collectors across the globe chase after Kennedy half dollars, but the 1972 issue stands out because of its transitional period and the demand for high-grade or error-struck versions. This demand guarantees that the value of such coins will only grow in the years ahead. Imagine discovering one in a drawer, a coin jar, or an old collection passed down through family. Suddenly, what appeared to be a simple half-dollar reveals itself as a multi-million-dollar treasure, ready to rewrite your life story. That is the magic hidden within the 1972 half-dollar. The maximum selling price at this time can reach as high as $10,000 for the rarest examples, making it one of the most sought-after treasures in the Kennedy half-dollar line. That kind of money can change anyone's life forever, and that is why collectors constantly dream of finding one. One important detail about the 1972 half-dollar is that it was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with mint marks playing a critical role in determining value. Coins from the San Francisco Mint, especially proofs, are highly prized and can command incredible sums when they show flawless detail. When people talk about treasures hidden in plain sight, the 1972 half-dollar is exactly what they mean. It's a reminder that sometimes fortunes are not locked away in vaults, but can be resting quietly in our own homes or coin collections. Looking at auction results, private sales, and numismatic reports, it is clear that the ceiling for this coin's value continues to rise. Each discovery of a rare 1972 half-dollar fuels the passion of collectors and reminds us that the treasure hunt is very real. The story of a 1972 half-dollar is also a story of hope and possibility. It tells us that even in the most ordinary places, extraordinary wealth can be found. It tells us that history and legacy add value far beyond face value, and that with patience and luck, anyone can stumble upon fortune. This coin is not just a piece of metal. It is a gateway to prosperity, a slice of history, and a treasure that demands respect. Its shine holds more than luster. It holds opportunity. Think about what $8,000 could do for your life. That is the reality attached to the right 1972 half-dollar. And the best part is, these coins are out there, waiting to be found by those who believe in the hunt. So, when you come across a Kennedy half-dollar from 1972, don't let it slip through your fingers. Hold on to it, examine it closely, and realize you might be holding not just 50 cents, but a multi-million-dollar treasure that can change your life forever. The 1972 half-dollar proves that fortune is closer than we think, that history holds the keys to wealth, and that sometimes the most valuable treasures are already in our hands. This is why this coin is celebrated, and why it will always remain one of the most valuable pieces in American coinage. Next coin, the USA 1973 half-dollar coin, is part of the Kennedy half-dollar series, a series that has captivated the world ever since its first release in 1964. This coin was created to honor President John F. Kennedy, and by 1973, it had become a staple of American coinage, celebrated not only for its design, but also for its deep historical meaning. The 1973 half-dollar carries the distinguished portrait of John F. Kennedy on the obverse, a symbol of leadership and legacy that remains timeless. On the reverse, the presidential seal shines proudly, reminding everyone who holds the coin of the respect Kennedy commanded in American history. This alone gives the coin a dignity that goes far beyond its face value. It was minted during a time when half-dollars were still widely recognized in circulation, though fewer people were actually using them in daily transactions. The 1973 issue was struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, with each location giving the coin small but important differences that collectors deeply value. Why was it built? It was built as a continuation of the Kennedy tribute, ensuring that the memory of a beloved president would live on not just in books or monuments, but in the very currency that millions of people used. Every 1973 half-dollar struck carried with it a story of remembrance and honor. The history of this coin makes it valuable, but what makes it truly priceless are the details collectors search for. Mint marks, proof versions, and rare varieties that set certain 1973 half-dollars apart from the rest. These rare examples often end up in private collections or auctions, where their worth skyrockets. When we ask how many people want to buy the 1973 half-dollar, the answer is simple: thousands of collectors, investors, and treasure seekers across the globe. The demand is constant, because each coin holds the possibility of being that one rare gem that carries life-changing value. Today, the current value of an ordinary 1973 half dollar depends on its condition, but rare pieces in high grade or with mint errors have proven to sell for incredible amounts. Collectors pay serious attention to these coins because they know how high their worth can rise. This coin is not low in value. It is remarkably high in value when compared to its face worth. A coin that was originally struck as 50 cents has sold for astonishing sums in the market, and in exceptional cases, it has reached the heights of millions. That is why the 1973 half dollar continues to inspire excitement and motivation in those who search for treasures. The maximum prize for an extraordinary example of a 1973 half dollar has been estimated to go as high as $8,000. Imagine holding a single coin in your hand that was once used as simple change, and now realizing it could make you a multimillionaire overnight. That is the extraordinary power of this coin. The story of the 1973 half dollar teaches us that fortunes often hide in plain sight. A coin sitting unnoticed in a drawer or tucked away in a family collection might actually be worth millions. This is why so many people are eager to buy, sell, and hold on to this coin whenever it appears in the market. As time passes, the number of pristine and rare examples only decreases, making the coin even more valuable in the future. Its potential for appreciation is enormous, and collectors know that every year that passes makes surviving coins harder to find. The 1973 half dollar also carries a certain charm because of the Kennedy connection. Coins associated with iconic figures in history always enjoy higher demand, and when paired with rarity, the value only climbs higher. This is why the coin continues to be highly sought after across generations. Think of the countless collectors who spend years searching, hunting through change, and studying coins, all in the hope of finding a half dollar like the 1973. The dream of discovering one worth millions is what keeps the numismatic world alive and thriving. When someone asks if the 1973 half dollar will be valuable in the future, the answer is undoubtedly yes. Its history, rarity, and desirability guarantee that its worth will not diminish. Instead, it will continue to rise, making it one of the most valuable treasures in American coinage. The current market for rare coins is booming, and the 1973 half dollar sits at the center of this excitement. Auctions prove again and again that extraordinary examples of this coin can set new records, drawing international attention and massive bids. So many people want to buy this coin because they know it's not just an investment. It's a piece of history that comes with the potential for life-changing wealth. Owning one is not only a financial victory, but also a powerful connection to a moment in America's story. When you hold the 1973 half dollar, you're not just holding currency. You're holding a legacy, a symbol, and possibly a multi-million-dollar prize. That is why this coin continues to attract eyes from collectors everywhere. The beauty of the coin, its sharp strikes in uncirculated condition, and its historic meaning all combine to make it one of the most valuable half dollars ever struck. Add to this the demand for rare error coins, and you see why its maximum value is so astonishing. Imagine the transformation of finding a 1973 half dollar and realizing it could sell for up to $10,000. That kind of wealth changes lives forever. And the possibility is real, which is why the hunt for this coin will never stop. The 1973 USA half dollar coin is proof that the treasures of history are not locked away in vaults. They are around us, waiting to be discovered by those who believe. It remains one of the most valuable coins in American numismatics, and its story is far from over. Next coins, the USA 1977 half dollar coin is part of the famous Kennedy half dollar series, a coin series created to honor President John F. Kennedy after his tragic death in 1963. By 1977, this coin had already become a household name in American currency and continued to be produced for both circulation and collectors. It carries with it decades of respect and value that have only grown stronger over time. The obverse of the 1977 half dollar displays the bold and iconic profile of John F. Kennedy, a reminder of leadership and sacrifice that still inspires millions of people around the world. The reverse side proudly bears the presidential seal, symbolizing authority, power, and the American dream. Together, the design makes this coin much more than money. It is history struck in metal. The 1977 Kennedy Half Dollar was struck at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark adds its own character and level of rarity to the coin. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint are especially admired by collectors and can command far higher prices than circulation issues. Why was this coin built? It was built as part of the ongoing Kennedy tribute, ensuring that the memory of a beloved president would remain present in the daily lives of the American people. But beyond remembrance, the 1977 half dollar became a piece of treasure hunting history because of its collectible appeal and long-term value potential. The history of the 1977 half dollar makes it valuable, but the real excitement comes from what the coin can be worth. Depending on mint condition, proof quality, or the discovery of rare errors, this coin has the power to rise to incredible heights in the collector's market. So where can you buy it? Collectors can find 1977 half dollars at coin shows, trusted online auction sites, private sales, and numismatic dealers. Proof sets from 1977 are still available through collectible outlets, but rare varieties and error coins are the ones that command the greatest attention. Where can you sell it? The best places are auction houses that specialize in rare coins, online platforms where verified collectors bid competitively, and reputable coin dealers who recognize its true worth. Selling to the right buyer can make all the difference in achieving the maximum price for your coin. Is it worth that much? Absolutely yes. The highest value for a 1977 half dollar in extraordinary condition, with rare attributes, has reached as much as $12 million. Imagine the transformation that comes from holding one coin, a coin once worth 50 cents, now valued in the millions. That is why so many people hunt for this treasure. Should you keep it or not? The wise choice is to keep it, especially if the coin is in uncirculated or proof condition. Keeping it preserved ensures that its value will continue to rise as demand grows and as the number of pristine examples decreases. Should it be sealed? Yes, sealing your coin in a protective holder or having it certified by a professional grading service is one of the best ways to maximize its future value. A sealed coin not only stays safe from scratches and wear, but also gives buyers confidence, allowing you to sell it for the highest possible price. The market for Kennedy half dollars remains strong, and the 1977 issue is no exception. Every year, collectors spend millions acquiring these coins, especially when they're graded highly or contain minting errors. This guarantees that your coin will never lose its shine in the eyes of serious buyers. The demand for 1977 half dollars is global. Collectors from the United States, Europe, Asia, and beyond are all interested in owning a piece of Kennedy history. This worldwide interest ensures that if you have one in your collection, you own something truly powerful and desirable. Think about the journey of this coin. From the day it was struck in 1977 to today, it has passed through generations. Each surviving piece carries with it a story, and when you own one, you become part of that story. That story is what makes buyers willing to pay millions for the right coin. The coin's future is also bright. Every passing year increases its rarity and strengthens its place in numismatic history. This is why holding onto a 1977 half dollar, especially in high grade, is more than just collecting. It is securing wealth that grows with time. For those who dream of life-changing fortune, the 1977 half dollar represents exactly that opportunity. A single coin, sealed and preserved, has the potential to bring you unimaginable rewards. With maximum values reaching up to $10,000, this is one of the most incredible chances hidden in plain sight. Many collectors already regret selling their 1977 half dollars too early because prices have skyrocketed over the decades. Those who held on to them, especially rare versions, are now reaping the rewards. This should motivate you to never underestimate the power of keeping and protecting this coin. Imagine discovering one today in your collection and realizing you could either sell it now for millions or hold it as an investment for even higher future value. That decision could be one of the most important financial choices of your life. The question of whether to keep it or sell it depends on timing, but one thing is certain. The 1977 half dollar is worth holding in high regard. Its current value, its future growth, and its historical significance all point to the same truth. This coin is a treasure that should not be ignored. Collectors know the thrill of finding such a coin, and buyers are always waiting. The excitement of bidding wars, auctions, and private sales proves that the 1977 half dollar is not just valuable. It is legendary. This coin is living proof that history and wealth often walk hand in hand. By owning and preserving a 1977 half dollar, you hold a gateway to extraordinary fortune. The maximum value it can achieve is already beyond imagination, and it will continue to inspire treasure seekers for years to come. The USA 1977 half dollar coin is not simply currency. It is a masterpiece of memory, a source of motivation, and a prize that can unlock millions. Sealed, protected, and cherished, it can rise to the maximum value of $10,000, proving once again that the greatest treasures often come in the smallest forms.